Good morning. It's me and Ballard today. Will's got something going on. I can't think of what it is.
Did he eat
Especially
lettuce?
in a week. I don't know.
It wasn't
Anyway,
the lettuce.
I don't think it was the lettuce.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We'll be back in just a minute. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going, Ballard? I'm going to share this one place
It
real
is
quick.
going.
It's
it is.
happening.
I feel like summer is slipping out of our hands.
You know, it's been a quick one, and that kind of rainy start to it, kind of put a damper on several summer plans in the beginning for people, and then
Yeah.
it got hot, like it does. It likes to get hot here.
Well, I had forgotten that. Well, it was last
Yeah.
Tuesday at the chamber meeting. Rocky was like, "Yeah, we don't start until the 25th," and I'm married to a teacher. But in my mind, it was like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, summer's over," and then I'm like, "Oh, we actually get
We
an
have
extra
time.
week."
I had that thought a week ago. I was like, this isn't too bad.
Yeah,
Like this.
But in
we've
my
got
mind,
time.
once you hit August, it's over. And in
Yes.
fairness, I started soccer camp last night.
Yeah.
So every day this week, 7 to 9 p.m., we're out there. But that's it. That's for me. That's the beginning of it, because
Yeah.
then you've got dead week the following week, and then boom, it's you're back to fall sports
Yes.
practices. Even though school doesn't start for a while, so we just have a
Yes.
little extra.
We have a
time.
week bonus. It feels like
It
At
is. It is a bonus week.
Yeah, it is a bonus week. It definitely feels that way, which is good.
Yeah.
I came to that reality last week, and I was like, oh gosh, no, because Best Foot Forward's coming up,
Right.
and it's this Saturday. The PTA officers, and I volunteered a little bit yesterday. I'm going to go back over and work on getting the closet ready today. But they've got it all set up. They've got shoes. They've got hygiene items. They've got socks. They had some great support from Henderson Lodge this year.
Yeah,
Again, it's
yeah.
amazing the contribution that they do. There'll be more details on that in a little bit, because I think it's going to even be bigger than last year.
Wow.
Which is amazing.
Which is already huge.
huge. It's already huge.
We're talking about shoes.
Yes, shoes, free shoes for kindergartners all the way to high schoolers. So
Yeah.
there's a huge variety. The gym seats are basically full of shoes
At the upper elementary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's an incredible deal. And then, so it's two events happening
Coinciding
simultaneously.
with each other.
Yep. Coinciding together. It's all the churches come together,
Yep.
and we provide backpacks filled with all the school supplies. So each building has a different requirement of
Yep.
what school supplies are needed. We get that, and then we fill the bags accordingly. So you'll drive through the upper elementary, and remind me, what are the start times? Is it 8
10
to
to
10?
noon.
10
10 to noon.
10 to noon.
Good morning, Beth. Yeah, it's 10 to noon.
And so you can come get your backpack, and then you can park,
Yep.
and then you go inside the upper elementary.
Inside the FEMA gym, upper elementary gym, Wildcat Closet will be open for shopping for clothes. It's a big, lots of people come together to do this. And
incredible.
Now it costs about, it feels like it could cost $200 to get, for my two kids. So let's say $100
Just for
a
school
kid.
supplies.
Just for school supplies. And we're not buying fancy stuff. We're
Right.
like at Walmart shopping, and they have good prices usually on school supplies at that time.
Yeah.
So I mean, those school supply lists has really become a daunting task,
It really
especially
is.
if you have a lot of children. And so this is a wonderful gift to the community. Like, if there's no reason your kid should go to school, on the 25th without the supplies they need and shoes on their feet and deodorant and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
So if you haven't seen it, some of the churches have posted about the backpack. PTA's posted about Best Foot Forward. Share that on your personal pages. Get the word out, because as we said, we're always amazed. We do this, and then we'll find out people are like, I didn't know.
I never know about that. When was it?
Yeah.
This Saturday.
This Saturday,
10 to
noon. Get the word out to families and children to make sure that they're
if you know
they're
somebody,
covered.
who's needing some help, say, hey, I saw this, send it to them in Messenger. Because a lot of times, you have different fluctuations in the economy, right? And people maybe go through a time where, like, something came up. We had to fix our AC.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to get school supplies. Send them this. Let them know.
Yeah,
Help
please.
them out. Please do that. Other thing is, this is really cool. I want to talk about it. I don't know a ton because I'm just basing this off of a post. Community Foundation of Rogersville did a big post over the weekend, I think into last week, about Rockin'
This is
Rogersville.
cool. Yeah.
Basically, they said, we are a community organization. You have helped us raise a lot of funds over the years. And if you can't pay for that ticket price, holler at us and we'll help you out.
Yeah.
I thought that was really
Massive.
cool.
Yeah, massive. I'm super excited about that.
Yeah.
If you don't know, if you've never been to Rockin' Rogersville, or maybe it's been years since you've been, check it out this year. I think last year they kind of went big in on a headliner.
Yep.
Little by little, maybe the prices have gone up, and so this year it's
Change course.
It's changed course. Like let's make sure everybody can be there, and I props to them for seeing that. And so it's kind of like, if you can afford to pay. If you can afford to give a little extra for others,
give a little extra.
But make sure you come no matter what. This was my line as a youth pastor all the years, like, because we would do mission trip and camp, and even we tried to do things for everybody, and yet it comes at a cost.
100%.
So my famous line was always be, don't let money be the reason you don't go.
Yes.
Because I always had people who were willing to sponsor a kid, whatever. And I would always say, and nobody has to know about it but you and me. Like we don't advertise. You don't get a little, badge here that says I was sponsored by somebody, right? So
free kid.
Yeah, I'm the free one, right? And I noticed that was in their language on that post was, look,
just reach out, no questions asked.
No questions asked, no conversation needed.
You want to take your family to a family-friendly concert? Here you go.
Yeah.
Because in concerts, oh boy, they have gotten really expensive to go
Everything's
to.
expensive. Right?
Everything's expensive. And when you start, again, adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children to a bill on something, it becomes really expensive.
Absolutely.
And Beth says, get out and exercise your right to vote and make a difference.
It's coming up.
That's Tuesday. It's a week.
It's a week from today.
It's a week from today.
Yeah, well, no wonder Will couldn't be with us.
He's kind of busy.
He's
got
a little
some stuff going on. He's got some stuff going on. But no, and so I thought that was really cool. And I also thought, they did something different last year, which I do think that's exactly what they needed to do last year. I think they needed to try the headliner thing and see how that went. And then I think it's good to take that information and then, take a completely different approach this year. I think that's good to do it that way. And you'll be open to changing and pivoting. And I think it's really cool. I saw that and I was like, awesome. And I'm like telling people, read the post. Like you,
I shared it. I shared it out.
Read this.
I'm pretty picky on what I do and don't share because my feed gets clogged up. But I saw that and immediately it was like, that's something I want people to know about.
Cool.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, so and we'll get more information. We should have Bailey come on and talk about that with the chamber because I think she's on the board now. And I think so.
Yeah.
So I think that would be good. Maybe have one of the Community Foundation crew come on and talk about that. That'd be real cool.
Christina Craig is she heading the?
I think
is she the president?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm sure I know she's on it. She may be the El Presidente.
I think she is. I reached out to her because we applied for the Community Foundation grant for the park, and so in fact, I think I hear something about that this week actually. So
and you guys had
kind of dressed up. I'm gonna have a photo op later.
I like this shirt is back. Okay, this
the knit.
The knit.
Yeah.
I don't know what style that's called.
I don't know.
It's very 70s.
Yeah,
it
really
back.
is. Yeah.
I've seen multiple guys wearing it.
It's funny. I never spend money on myself for clothing because I've had 3 kids and I'm putting them through college and like and when I get a little spending cash, I buy it on hunting and fishing stuff. And I was finally like, I got to get some clothes. I'm wearing the same thing that I was wearing 10 years ago. So anyway, but I noticed anyway. All that to say, I was noticing my son was buying these knitted shirts. And then when I went shopping,
there
I'm like, well, that's why, because that's
it's
what's
style.
available.
It's back.
It's here,
back, baby. Brittany's back.
Yeah. So
it is pretty funny. I've noticed that a lot of guys wear those, and it cracks me up because it is a very distinct style. I'm pretty sure it was from the 70s.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I had young people commenting on Sunday. I wore a knit shirt, and somebody was like, oh, "Is that knit? Is that knit shirt?" And I was like, hey, "My eyes are up here. Quit talking about my shirt."
Don't you talk about my shirt? Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, polo,
that's
Beth.
good.
Yes, I love me a good polo.
Good polo. Oh man,
so
that's hilarious.
Anyway. But Community Foundation is doing great things.
It's really cool.
Really excited about the things that are going on in our community.
Yes, me too.
Continue to be reminded of how awesome this town is.
It's a good spot. It is really, really a good spot.
Don't let the negativity influence you the wrong direction, because there's just so many good things going on.
And I've been door knocking the past week or so, and for Will, I always dread doing that, and then when you get out and do it, it's not bad at all. It's very fun. It's actually fun. I mean, if you can avoid getting a dog after you or somebody really... I have not had a single person be mean to me
Face-to-face conversations are actually delightful, right?
And here's the vibe I get from this. And I've been door knocking in the older... I'm going to call it the older part of Rogersville, in my general neighborhood. And so really there's a lot of smaller houses, and... people are trying, I think a lot of people are trying the absolute best they can with the tools that they have. And, I see a lot of people, they've got they've planted some flowers, they've got, some cute signs on their porch. Like, they're doing what they can with the tools they have, because not everybody has the same tool bag. And and they're friendly, and, people need to be out with people more, because I'm sure several of the people I have talked to, because it's about half of the people have been home, and I've done it at different times. Several people I've talked to probably have a very different opinion than I do, and probably know that Will has a different opinion than they do on things, but they've been very polite. They have, there's not been any sort of even orneriness, you know what I mean? It has just been like, and appreciative, and you need to get out and talk to people. Yeah. It's really important.
It's different than online interaction.
Completely.
When there's the back and forth and respect, it's you might actually learn something.
Yes, and it too is like how you approach people. Sure. If you're friendly and have a smile on your face and talk to them, and treat them like a human.
Imagine that.
Not like a friggin' cyber bot, it is, people have got to get out. And not only that, is you need to get out of your normal group, because everybody has their normal group that they're around.
It's easy to stay in that little circle
and they get in that
branch
circle.
Out.
And it's really important to get out and meet new people and do different things.
Yeah.
My girls are still talking about doing the Marshfield Parade. They thought that was the funnest thing. They still talk about it, how neat it was, how fun the interactions were. And it's like, you got to get out.
Yeah.
You have to. It's really important. Yes.
Yeah.
There's more good than not. Everyone just doesn't get out as much. That's right, Beth. It's 100% true.
Yeah.
It is. And I mean,
walk in your neighborhood, sit on your front porch, not your back porch.
Yep.
Yeah. Interact, be neighbors.
Yep. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. But this race, man, it's a busy race. It's a lot. It is.
And this is just part one. This is leg one, right?
I know.
So if you move on, there's more.
It's fascinating. It really is. It's been...
Yeah, and it seems like I'm hearing more and more conversation too about the amendments and people trying to understand. And it's been fascinating to me. It's not a left-right split on some of these amendments.
No, it's not at all. It's really not.
You would think, well, so and so wrote this bill, therefore all conservatives will be for it, or all whatever. And it's not. I think people are trying to understand what's in it, what's missing from it, what are the implications, what will happen, what might happen, because that's the thing is everybody knows, well, there's maybe a lack of clarity here, but here's what I think will happen, and then here's what I'm being told will happen. And just a lot of people that are trying to understand whether it's Amendment 4 or Amendment 5, trying to really piece it together. And quite frankly, how does this affect me? Because at the end of the day, that's how most people vote.
Yes.
Hopefully people are seeing down the road, how does it affect my children and down the road? But, as you were talking about, when you got people that are trying to figure out if they can afford an apartment or a house, it's hard not to say, okay, this is how I'm voting because it's going to help me to do X, Y, and Z now.
Yep. It's pretty fast. That one 5 has been fascinating. 4 too, I think, but more 5's getting definitely the most attention. And of course, there's been a lot of bad information out there about it on, just across the board. But I look at that, and I think we've already talked about this before on here. That's just to me a different idea on how taxes should work.
Correct.
This is it's like a business. Like, what route is our business going to go? Are we going to go this way? Or are we going to go this way? And people's approach to it has been very more putting it in the category of like the abortion issue. Which is strange to me, because to me those are two different completely types of subjects.
Very different.
We have one that's a very, emotional, personal, moral decision, and then we have a very business, tax
economic
code is boring in general, economic, although it affects everyone, and how it
affects everyone, but seems few understand how
it affects them, and it really is a telltale to me that the powers that be that are manipulating this situation have got people really emotionally upset about 5.
Yeah.
Which is strange, because I understand I don't agree with that, or, that's not the way I think things should be done. But the spin that has been put on it it's weird. It's weird for tax policy. People getting passionate about it.
Sure.
It's very strange. Sure. I don't understand that.
Well, and again, taxes everybody has their view on it, and for me, I want as limited taxes as possible.
That's the goal.
And when I pay taxes, I want to know that it's benefiting my community.
Yeah.
So I read an article the other day, and it was 2 days ago. Actually, it was yesterday. Anyway, it was somebody upset about tax breaks for charitable giving. Now, you can imagine how that affects me.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm thinking,
excuse me.
I live my life off of people giving tithes to the church, but now I'm also raising money for the park, and I'm not making my living off that. But just for me, I'm trying to show, hey, this is what a community can do without tax dollars. Mm-hmm. This is but the whole premise, it was angry about charitable contributions as a way to skip out on taxes, because it was keeping, however many they said, like $90 billion of taxes from happening. In other words, we need that tax money. And I'm thinking, well, you're upset with it because you think people are trying to evade taxes, but no, they're saying, I want to choose how I'm helping my community and causes I care about.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, fundamentally, this is what it ought to be.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need
I want to choose who I give my money to because I trust that they are going to do X, Y, and Z.
I'm going to give to 501c3s that I know I can hold them accountable, and I can watch and I can see the receipts, whereas the government has a proven history of not showing us where it's going and wasting what they've taken. And so it was just a really fascinating article to be upset with charitable giving and calling it basically tax evasion.
Which is bonkers. And I mean, all things.
I was on my head trying to understand
Not all charitable organizations are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. We
know
that
and I'm
for a fact.
Yeah,
right?
and I'm a stickler about when I give to something. Like, for example, look at the park. 100% of that is going to build and care for the park. We have a board of 8 people.
Yeah.
None of us are getting paid. None of us will ever get paid. The only payments that will ever be going out is potentially paying somebody to clean the bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? Like
staff.
Yeah. Trash and bathrooms.
Yeah.
But that's the problem with a lot of charitable giving. You look and you're like, oh, 80% of it is going to their office expenses and 20% is going out to help people.
To the cause. That's the problem.
I don't give to stuff like that because you've created bureaucracy that probably doesn't need to be too many layers.
Too many layers. Got
and everybody has a different number. Like for me, if it's over or under 80% actually going to the mission, I don't want to give to it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good way to look at that. And I've always been a big fan of GoFundMe's, participating in those for people that I know.
Going directly into a need.
It's going directly to a specific need. I mean, again, there could be, scams involved in that stuff too. And I have to know the person, right? And know that their circumstances are true. But, I've always liked that. And it's like, it's a way that you can literally help someone who never is going to walk up you on the street and say, hey, I need help bad.
Right.
Because stuff happens. Yeah. I mean, Jesse had car trouble over the weekend, and I told him, I'm like, could you imagine what worry this would have I mean, we're in a better spot in our lives now, obviously, but with age. But could you have imagined the stress that this would have caused back when we were young, married, and owned our home, and we were making it, but there was no extra.
No, to hear me. My son who just got married, right? And
welcome to
he goes off to youth camp on Monday and hadn't been 30 minutes, and his new bride calls me like, Dad,
help.
The car's not wanting to start. And so, I can see I can hear the fear of, what's this going to cost? Hey, go up to O'Reilly. Sounds like it's probably just the battery. Just have them test it before we go thinking about how expensive this is going to be, right? But anyway, to your point, when you're young and you're trying to get started and the margins are very thin.
They're thin.
Every little bit is scary.
Yes.
Every little disruption in the monthly budget is a frightening thing.
And a lot of people, I've been thinking about this lately. People saying the old, well, if you weren't buying $7 coffees every day, or if you weren't, doing this and doing that. I'm like, now hold on a second. Life is meant to be lived.
Right.
Like, just because some generation got to go to a corner store and get a cheeseburger and a Coke for 50 cents, 50 cents maybe meant the same thing that $7 does. Like, and so I don't like that rhetoric. Yeah. Like, I don't know if that's right. I don't like that generalization about the youth right now. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, maybe
be responsible, but that doesn't mean you can't have any fun.
That doesn't mean you can't.
You don't have the occasional splurge.
Pick a thing that you like to spend your money on and do that because people do that. And like I said, you need to live life.
Like I said, I was always buying hunting and fishing stuff, and I was like, I probably ought to get clothes every once in a while.
Yeah, maybe I should buy clothes.
But my point is, you have one thing, and that means you're saying no to some other things. But I'm not going to sit around and judge you because I can see the one thing you're buying. Yeah, that means you're completely irresponsible.
And I see that person in your coffee shop every day, Ballard. They shouldn't be spending that money. Yeah. Maybe that's the only thing they have.
Right. Imagine how many other things they say no to, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, we need to be careful with that. That's a total get off my lawn thing. Right. It's like, let's ease up on that. And, one thing is too, they don't necessarily want the same things we were told to want.
True. That's right.
And they maybe don't want, the house with the white picket fence and all that stuff. I mean, maybe they're fine, traveling and living in an apartment or doing whatever they want to do. And that's okay.
Yep.
It's fascinating.
The other side of it too, I think we can be judgmental towards, well, that person's got so much money and they're so stingy. And I'm going to tell you something. Some of the people you think are stingy are very quietly doing things that they're doing a lot of great things.
Often they are. Yeah.
I'm in a position where I get to see that stuff. Yeah. In discretion, I don't speak of that stuff when it comes to a particular person. But as a pastor and as somebody who's run other nonprofits, I've heard people talk about someone being super stingy.
They could do it and they don't, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they could just write one check for the whole bit. And I'm like, they've probably written more checks than
you have any idea.
Ever know, but they don't talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And usually the ones that are loudly talking about it are,
the point on both of these conversations is there's probably more to the story.
People are very people-y.
Take your judge's robe off and recognize you probably don't have all the facts.
No, that's definitely true. And, people are comfortable participating in different ways. Right. That's the deal. It's just the deal.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I'm trying to raise $1.3 million, and we've made some huge headway in that. It's been incredible, but I don't get offended when somebody tells me no, and I don't walk away going, they're so cheap. They don't get it. They don't love our community. And like, no, I know they've told me no, but they're saying yes to some other things that are really important.
Or, I mean, it could be as simple as, their business, they're not having as much income
that
as
happens
they usually
too.
do.
Yeah.
I mean, business people have to be fluid, and it's one of those things that...
And they get asked all of the time by every angle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, all of the time.
And especially in a small town, too.
Yes, it's a lot in a small town. And it's part of it, and I think that, at least maybe not just going into it shortly after you go into a business, you're going to get asked for these things, and you support what you can. But, I mean, it's very fluid.
See people struggling, but they get new tattoos.
Now, that one I might save your money on that one.
Yeah. In fairness, the shirt's going to wear out, but the tattoo stays.
And if you get enough of them, you don't have to wear them.
Yeah, that's right. You're just covered. Yeah. Beth, if I'm being honest, I get judgy about things like cigarettes or vaping, but I try, not because I think that they're a horrible person for doing that, but when you're struggling financially.
That's one thing you probably kick off. Yeah.
But I acknowledge I don't wear their shoes.
Yep. It is, and it's
again, real. We all deal with it.
We all deal with it, and I think the best way to look at it is to learn to be reflective on yourself when those thoughts enter your head.
Because here's the thing: I'm not managing their budget. I'm just doing the best I can to manage mine.
Farmers only get a fraction of what the cost is in the store. I realize it has to be processed too, but it's a shame. I know the farming industry is a total wild.
It is
It's a
that's
wild
a whole other
deal.
animal. I won't even try to.
And I don't know. Honestly, don't even know enough about it.
To
explain it because I just don't. It's not my world, but it is. It's kind of fascinating. It really is. And the world. It's cyclical. Life is cyclical, and it's interesting to me the economy right now. It's interesting to me. You always wanted to have a crystal ball and know where things are headed and what's going on. And it's really hard to guess right.
Yeah.
Even the smartest people and with all the information.
Sure.
Don't often guess right. So it's going to be, the next 6 months are going to be interesting. I don't think anybody saw the Iran thing happening before it happened. Well, maybe they did, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were going to do that.
Well, I mean, okay, we're going to go make sure they don't get nukes. And the next thing you know, the Strait of Hormuz is, on, off. And
and the
we're all
gas
seeing
prices
the gas
going
prices.
up. It was not a good time for gas prices to go up. And it's kind of fascinating. And, maybe some of the predictions will be made in some of the elections. I don't know what the hot button primaries are across the country right now. I really don't know, but it's interesting. It's very interesting. We'll see where things are headed, and but there's good stuff in Raj, and I think we're situated here about as good as we can be. Is my gut feeling on things.
I don't think I can do much about the Strait of Hormuz, but
no.
But I'm excited about what
I've
I'm
never
doing
been
here
there.
in Raj. I know I'm paying more for gasoline for some reason. But,
yes, definitely doing that. Yeah,
but. I'm just going to stay in my lane, as they say.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. And I want to talk, as I was door knocking yesterday, I came across Pearl. Pearl is one of our long-term Rogersville residents.
All right.
She's 90 years old.
Nice.
She lives over around near my office.
Did you know her before?
I've met her several times before. And the neat story about Pearl, and that age of person, it fascinates me to think what they've seen in their lifetime.
Oh. Yeah.
The quickest.
Everybody needs to go sit down and talk with somebody who's 90 plus if you're able.
And her name's Pearl Swearingen, and she's always been very nice and spry. I mean, she's starting to slow down. She rented, and I found this out, I don't know, like a year, maybe 2 years ago. I had, I'm trying to think of how many greats it is. I had relatives in Rogersville. His name was T.C. Bassor, and he was like my great-great-great-grandfather. And he lived over on, in a house on Mill Street. Pearl remembers renting a room from him and his wife, Amanda, when her and another gal got out of school, and I think they were had a beauty shop or something, or were cutting hair, and they rented a room from him, which a lot of single women did back in the day, right? They rented a room, and men too, from somebody who had a house, who had extra rooms. And she's like, oh yeah, he was just the nicest person. I remember him. It was just so neat because someone outside of, I don't.
That would sound so freaky to a young woman
Yes.
today. Like, I ain't renting from some
I'm
stranger.
not renting from him. Yeah, but
Now, Verbo, that's another thing. We'll do it for a week.
we'll do
but-
that's fine. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that
And we don't
it
know if
doesn't
there's
compute.
cameras or not, but
Right.
yeah, we're fine. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, she did that, and that was a normal thing to do. You rented a room from somebody that had extra space back in that time, and he lived until the 1950s. And nobody in my family really talked about him much because I wasn't around the people that knew him. So it was kind of fascinating to be around somebody that knew him and just had such nice things to say about him. And he was really involved in the Rogersville community and helped set up a church here and all kinds of things. And it's just fascinating to me to see Pearl and run into her,
Yeah.
and just think the stuff that's happened in her life is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It is. It's wild. So I don't know. Talk
Fun.
to those people. Seek them out.
Ask more questions.
Ask more questions. And it's I don't know. You're gonna find a lot of good out there.
It's good. I love that. That's a great reminder.
Yep.
Face to face conversations.
Yep. Well, I think we could probably wrap up early for the day. What do you think?
I think we're good.
That's
Yeah.
good. Next week, it's a big week. Go out and vote
Yeah.
next Tuesday.
We'll remind you next Tuesday to vote. In the
I'm thinking
meantime,
Will will be here, but I don't know for sure. We'll find out.
get to the upper elementary next or this Saturday between 10 and noon. And like I said, if you know any young families that might need that help, please help us spread the word.
Spread the word. Yep. Absolutely. All right. Well, we will talk to you guys next week. Have a good one.